my first time to the Moth, and I thought I would take Corey's advice, actually, and just not plan anything. So here we go. It's the summer of 1994, July, as a matter of fact, and I'm 16 years old at the time. And I was just kind of a little bit of a late bloomer, went through puberty a little bit late, and just kind of discovering myself at age 16. And I just had my first really, really big crush on this girl named Sue-Ann. And, I had a best friend at the time. His name was Tony. And there's something really, I don't know, like strangely like homoerotic about teenage boys, I've discovered. I should say I didn't discover. I was living through it, I guess, at the time. And as a father of two daughters now, I've just totally missed seeing this phase. And so thinking back on this time, it's really reminiscent of a different period of my life. And we used to do these things. If you have teenage boys at home, you probably notice like a lot of them just like kind of take their shirts off all the time. And like every once in a while, I was sleeping over at my friend's house, and she has 3 teenage boys, and they would just walk around with their shirts off. And every once in a while, they'd just be like, push-ups, push-ups. Push-ups. Girls don't do this at all for some reason, but boys do it all the time. And so I was 16 years old. It was 1994, and my best friend and I had just played basketball, and we were at the house, and it's hot. And so like we just, I had our shirts off and everything, and I decided I wanted to give Sue-Ann a call and just test out my new like deeper voice. I was like, I'm gonna try my sexy voice on Sue-Ann and see if anything happens. So back then, this was before cell phones. This was 1994, and so we only had 2 phones in the house. We had one phone downstairs, and you cannot make a sexy call to a girl downstairs where everyone can listen. And so the other phone was upstairs in my parents' bedroom. And so I got on the phone. I called her number. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, actually, it's a rotary phone. So you like had to like do the whole thing and rotary and then wait and then rotary and wait. Called her up, and I started talking to her. And of course, my best friend decides that now is a good time to try and I believe the term is like to cock block, I guess. And he tries to get me to laugh while I'm using my newfound like sexy deep voice. And so I'm lying on the ground talking to Sue-Ann, trying to be cool, trying to like keep my voice down. And he gets up on top of me and just starts doing this dance, and he's got his shirt off and he's got his basketball shorts on. He starts taking off his shorts, and just at that moment, my mom walks into the room with a laundry basket and sees me half naked on the ground with a half naked teenage boy on top of me gyrating his hips. And looks at me, takes in this scene, and says, I just have the laundry. And turns around and walks out the door. So I've been fighting with my mom a lot at this time as a teenager, just fighting and fighting and fighting. And nothing happens out of that moment. About 3 weeks go by. And 3 weeks later, we're in the car. It's my dad and my mom, and I'm in the back seat just, thinking random teenage boy thoughts. And my mom gets very quiet, and she says, Enner, do you know my cousin, Tommy? And I was like, yeah, Tommy. He lives, like, across town. We don't see him that much. And she was like, yeah, he's single. And I said, okay, that's nice. And she says, Tommy's gay. And I was like, oh, yeah, okay, that makes sense. And she says, and his parents don't talk to him anymore when they found that out. And I said, wow, gosh, I'm really sorry. That really sucks. And I don't think about it anymore because I'm in my own thoughts. And she said, I know, we're immigrants and we don't understand a lot of things about America. But I want you to know that if you ever had that happen to you, we would still want to talk to you. We'd still want you in our lives. And I was just like, why are we talking about this? What is happening? And I realized, and then everything was like the whole flood of memories came back all at the same time. And I was like, oh, I connected all the dots. And I was like, oh, yeah, I could see how you might think that in that moment. And I told her, well, I'm not, but I'm really glad you told me this. It makes me feel like if I told you something else about my life that you don't, like if you could work your way through this, then there's nothing I could tell you that would make you want to not have me in your life. And so, we stopped fighting after that moment. That was the plot twist that really ended years of fighting with my mom during my teenage years. And so I just want to thank them. They're really amazing people and still kicking, still healthy. So thank you very much.
All right, one more time, Enter Chew.